It is time for the live stream. All right. And then right then my cat Orlando goes meow, meow, and he goes down to the balcony because it's the balcony cat howl time. Anyways, this is a stream for Daniel Doud tonight. This is hugs for Daniel Doud. I watched two of his streams today, and he seemed like he needed some support. So I hope that if you're not here for the live stream, or if you come in pretty soon, or you watch this later, that you will send him some love and some positive thoughts as well, because I think he needs them today. I was playing Al Green, anyway, I was grooving Al Green, so it's a little bit late, but I'm going to play this song for a minute. This is actually Epidemic Sound, and the song is Sour Turn. Let's listen to it.
If I had $1 for every time that my life took a sour turn, I'd be rich and rolling baller and hollering at your girl. I'd be making little money and spending it like I'm rich. I'd be making bad decisions and thinking that I'm the. If I had $1 for every time that my life took a sour turn, I'd be rich and rolling baller and hollering at your girl. I'd be making little money and spending it like I'm rich. I'd be making bad decisions and thinking that I'm the. Scratching my nutsack, dropping rap like rap. I stepped outside of my show and got robbed by one of them thug cats. Hopped on stage and someone yelled out, use a rag. I wanted to hear a I beat it like a punch bag. Fun fact, people jump me like bounce castles. All I gotta do for it to happen is go to 10 and count backwards. Hearing the crowd laugh, they said about my dash pass, and someone walked past, they laughed and said, damn man, you're a sad bastard. A tad act with misfit, vagabond and miscreant. So confusing people's contemptuous glance for actually feeling it. Not narcissistic, just part of the pot you pissed in. Part of ways with them and left, not a drop of wisdom. Been caught slipping, the cardinal smart victim. The convicts, criminals, and cops in the cop system. Once thought it was cool in my market brand, skinny jeans, till a chick pulled them down and nickname my mini-me. If I had $1 for every time that my life took a sour turn, I'd be rich and rolling baller and hollering at your girl. I'd be making little money and spending it like I'm rich. I'd be making bad decisions and thinking that I'm the. If I had $1 for every time that my life took a sour turn, I'd be rich and rolling baller and hollering at your girl. I'd be making little money and spending it like I'm rich. I'd be making bad decisions and thinking that I'm the. In my underpants, I'm staring at the ceiling, debating boxer brief merits. Watching parent MCs copy M&M's of parents. As a parent, I'm destructive with the thoughts that I've been sharing. I'm a tad awkward in circles. My social cues considered barren, narrow-minded, and criminal intentions when I mention that my pen game's the only way I'll make it to a pension. Kamikazation of the problem in correlation with the root of all evil. At the tree of Eden, tearing at its fruit is for my people. Consumed with inner demons for my coat. Shooting hoop dreams, praying that they breaking through the roof. It's a middle finger if you talking, but never do a damn thing. Take a swing, man, I'm crazy and confused and deranged, considered clinically insane, but where's the proof? I'm a bastard in the booth, captain of a sinking groove, riding out the waves of boat, overcoming what you do. If I had $1 for every time that my life took a sour turn, I'd be rich and rolling baller and hollering at your girl. I'd be making little money and spending it like I'm rich. I'd be making bad decisions and thinking that I'm the. If I had $1 for every time that my life took a sour turn, I'd be rich and rolling baller and hollering at your girl. I'd be making little money and spending it like I'm rich. I'd be making bad decisions and thinking that I'm the.
All right. Hello, everybody. Let me put my camera back on here for a second. I'm just gonna let the beat play for a minute. That song is Sour Turn, and the group is called Penderaps, and this is from Epidemic Sound. So I have a subscription with them, which lets me play their music for rights. The copyright is free. I mean, I'm paying for the service to use their music. So if you want to add music to your song and not have to worry about any type of copyright strike or anything like that, you can keep monetizing your channel and it won't interfere. So I need to make sure I have there is a link that I could share. So I'll make sure, gosh, I have to remind myself to start sharing that link, because you can join through me and, we can all help each other that way. So anyway. So I wanted to do, I thought about it today. I watched both of Daniel's live streams this morning. The first one, I missed kind of the first half, but I was there for most of it. And then the second stream I watched again. And my heart really went out to him today. There were a few things that he said that I felt like I could relate to. One of the things that he said is that I just need a hug. I just need a hug. And I was feeling that way a while back, maybe like not too long ago, like a week and a half ago. And I had actually shared, well, maybe even before that, but I had shared a couple times, and the incidents that it was surrounding was what's happening here on YouTube, what's happening on X, or what's happening with David Schurter. And also, if you have this kind of defamation and cruelty and lies on you, especially when you look at somebody's video and they're really angry and very toxic, it's can really affect you. Like I feel like, even as I say that, the haters will be like, "Oh, you're weak, you're weak. We're not doing anything to you. We're not doing anything to you." But when we look at your channels, it's really evident of what's happening. And we know certain people that are behind it, but this is not, like, I'm not really, like, the focus of my stream is not here to, point fingers at people. Although I think some people should actually be called out, one being David Schurter. But, in terms of, and Thomas Schoenberg, let's put him in there too. And, I think we should also make mention of Denise Matau. I think those people, and there's a whole bunch of other people that are key players in this, but they're kind of like fringe players. It feels like there's like a second, third, fourth, 16 person coming out, a new person crops over here, a new channel's over here. There's new people for David Schurter to bitch about, whatever, right? But I think that the main thing is that people don't really realize how this is really emotionally and mentally affecting people. And there were a few things that Daniel said today that concerns me, like having the view that the world is just sucks, because I think that it's real easy to feel that way about the world right now. It's really crazy. And they say, if you're looking at it from like a spiritual and a cosmic aspect, they say that only the strongest are here right now. Only the strongest are here, able to witness what is happening, able to go through whatever is going on with humanity. And I think a lot of things are being revealed right now to us. There's a lot of, like, it feels like, I would say, it's revelations. That's the whole thing about revelations, is having, the truth being revealed in front of us. For me, the lesson here is I have never seen so many false prophets around on YouTube. When I say false prophets, I say people like, for example, David Wilcock, right? David Wilcock grifting again, saying, like again, who was saying, who's the original OG person talking about like arrests happening? Well, where are the arrests? And then you have like David Wilcock, like bathing in his own urine in the bathtub because, Archangel Michael told him to do it. How many people are actually doing that because David Wilcock told them to do it, and using some essential oils in their bathtub? Like what is happening to people? Like, a lot of people are following, what I say, are kind of like, like a shepherd, a false shepherd, telling people this and that and what's going on, what the truth is, blah, 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 blah. and I don't mean to be, really preachy about it, but there's this cult aspect to a lot of the things that are coming out or have happened on the internet, that a lot of the people, it's a community that's within a community that's within a community that's within a community. There's the UFO aspect of it. There are it which spilled over into this new age cult stuff. There's a guy that I've been watching lately. His name is Phylon, and I'm not going to do it today because I was going to save it for a different show. But he really explored the starseed community, and it kind of wrapped into the super soldier stuff, which has a definite accepted trope to it, the super soldier stuff, which, by the way, on my community page I shared Oki's documentary about the strange conspiracy cult, which is all about James Rink's super soldier forum aspect. But in many ways this intersects because you have David Schurter bringing in Max Spears into his LARP, his grift, about what's going on. And you know what? When I say like David Schurter's grift, don't take it that I'm putting Max down or that I'm saying that Max wasn't outing something that was really happening or educating people about something, and that maybe something nefarious didn't happen to them. I'm not saying that at all. I think if you're going to look at somebody who, like, maybe there might has some unanswered, real serious questions about what happened to him, simply because he wasn't in his own country, he was in Poland, and there's a lot of loose ends on what happened to him. Really, in his case. But when you look at, you compare his case to some other people that have happened, and I know, like, a lot of people talk about Tracy Twyman, and I'm not up in exactly what happened to her, but I do know that there's pictures of her being involved with the Church of Satan and Anton LaVey. So, it seems like she might have had her hand deep in something, but I just don't know what to say. I think right now, and it has to always be this way, because we have a real judicial system. I mean, at least I hope we do. Now, I know that, there's, over history of time, we have all kinds of issues with our are some people's police, we have cop stories of corrupt cops. We know that police, forces, and they can all be sheriffs. We can all have corruption is everywhere. Corruption, we've had corruption in our politics. There's corruption everywhere. But many times our judicial system serves us correctly. Our law does protect ourselves. The criminal does get convicted. There is a guy, I just even posted this on my ex right now. He just, like, I was watching Long Crime. He just got convicted. Wade Wilson just got convicted life. And what was really interesting about him, and I don't know if, let me see, I'm going to share. I haven't shared it on my timeline, but he's got some really interesting tattoos on him here. Right? I mean, some stuff that I've been seeing on people's YouTube channels that I have shared on that's been trolling me. Okay. So, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot happening. I mean, I just feel like right now I don't live in the same. I mean, I was saying the other day, I was talking to my mom, I go, we're not living in it's not the same world as it was when I was growing up. It used to be when I was growing up, you could leave your door open. Now you can't leave your door open. Now you have to worry about, like, what your children are watching on the internet. Hi, Aiken. Thank you for showing up. And I was wondering, like, whoever's here, maybe like if you want to in the chat, just say something that you want to say to Daniel, or something nice about him that, because I just felt like today, watching him, he just felt like giving up, like there was no hope. And, we got to give, like, when someone feels like there's no hope, that there's just nowhere else to go, we need to give that person a hug. Like I would, if I was in Arizona, I would give him a hug. And so I think that there's a way to mentally give somebody, a hug. Like, hey, we care about you. Somebody cares about you, even if it's like, like an old hag in Fresno. It's like I think Daniel Doud matters. And I think that he has been horrifically harassed and maliciously defamed on the internet. Like, we have to deal with real facts here, real evidence. I don't think it's no longer can we just tolerate somebody, screaming and yelling on their YouTube channel and, making accusations about somebody and accusing them of doing something that they're not guilty of. You have to show receipts. You have to say why you think something. And YouTube is not the judge of everybody here. Like, why don't we now say what what would be really revolutionary on YouTube is if we actually we did loving, positive things. We put out positive messages. We tell people how much they really matter. We tell them, you know what? There still is good in the world. There is still good in people. We can be our best selves right now, right here, right today, in the middle of all the shit. We can hold each other up during the times when we're struggling and we feel like we're down. Like, I feel like we have a friend that's down. We have somebody that has been on a lot of different people's channels. And they have been, even like kind of in the front line of taking a lot of crap from people. People say, oh, like you have a David Schurter, right? That's, I've got electric energy weapons and blah, 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 blah. And, they're feeding peanut butter to my dogs and, they really want me dead and, all this kind of stuff. But, okay, so you have these people that maybe they're crazy. Maybe they're not really being gang stalked. Maybe they're not really being cyber stalked. But some people are. And I think like lately, we've been watching it happen in real time on people's channels. Like me getting a text in the middle of my show from a 712 area code that David Schurter doesn't want to take responsibility and answer me directly about. And then, you know what? When they get bored or when it's not working anymore or you're off the list or whatever, they're on to somebody else. He's already talking about somebody else. But does that matter? Yes, but you know what? You've already done damage to somebody. You've already done damage to somebody. And another thing that I really, want to address here. There's something here. Again. Daniel is a friend of mine. He's a nice guy and a good person who's bringing up his daughter as best as he can in difficult circumstances, and he is winning. Thank you, Aiken. Daniel, you are winning. And I like Daniel's stream. I think he's really creative. I love how he has the screen and the way he's doing a show. And the information that he brought out today was a lot. Like, Omi TV and the Emerald app, and the Emerald app making like national news about what's going on in their website. Hey, you guys, all of the predator catcher communities, you're not doing that. You're not staying up all night reporting and reporting and reporting. That Daniel brought something that is ahead of the curve. He said that this is head of the curve. If you want to know what the new trending news about something like this is going to happen on the internet, I bet it's this. I bet it's exactly what he showed today. But is Mr. Schurter on his channel talking about something so relevant, or is he up all night reporting these channels? No. He's sitting there and now saying that, we're involved with his Social Security and, his disability and something. And nobody calls him out on that. I mean, you could say, okay, it's not at this point, it's not even like whether or not it's like he's real or not real, or what his motivation is, or whatever. Is he, schizophrenic, whatever. It's not really even about that. Today, I think it's really about, and all the other people doing what they're doing with their new channels and whatever, and, whatever. It's just stupid. It's LARP drama about people who are claiming that they're saving children, and they're not. And today, the person that I really saw who was really doing something about it was Daniel. So I think basically he puts you guys to shame. All of you, every single one of you, with your channels and your panels and whatever. You're not doing anything. I don't see it. I see you talking nasty about people and trying to ruin their lives and saying and lying about them. And it's time that we stop. Excuse me. Hi, John again. John again says, he is my guy, and you all can clip the fuck out of that. Absolutely. Thank you, John. Yeah. We like Daniel Doud. Good to see you at John again. Okay, yeah, true. Hi, Mikey Mike. Thanks for being here. I got to give you a John again at Aiken Drum, a ranch, an orange. So, yeah, I just see who else. There's 10 people here now. Yeah, I mean, let's stop this stuff. No, we cannot have somebody go down over this. It makes me think about that Operation Unaliven, right? That video by Madam Punisher that went around, and the things that Carrie, you said, and about how the group, this is what they do. And then finally, when somebody does do themselves in, they're all happy. Wow, great job. Took you a long time, right? Is that a version of what's happening here? Because I see a lot of people, the lady who's lost her channel is on Rumble now, right? Denise. She's like, for the longest time, she's been talking about this death cult and all this kind of stuff. But you know what? What the death cult looks like? It's the very people that are pointing at other people saying that they're part of that. I think the thing that we need to do is listen to our words. What are we saying? Are we reporting on anything? Are we exposing anything? Do we care about people? Are we going to stand up for each other? How is it that us as people, how are we going to survive? How do you think the human race is going to go forward? How do you think we're going to deal with everything that we're facing if we don't care about people? If we don't mind our words, and we're not just there to just tear people down and make up stories and devalue who they are as people. It stripped their self-esteem, every single part of who they are. Because if you're a person that's doing that, then I think you're the sad person, because that's what's in you. That's what you have to contribute. Circle your wagons. Hi, Pootie. Yeah, it's just, I think that enough is enough. Enough is enough. And, I've been saying this too. It's like, at this point, it's like, I don't, when it comes to like David Schroeder's accusations or anybody else's accusations or anybody else's, like, it's stupid, it's silly, it's negative, it's not true. I'm not going to live by it. I'm just going to go ahead and do my channel. I'm going to go ahead and talk about what I want. I'm going to go ahead and live my life and be happy. Because in the end, it's, you got to make the most of what you're doing. Like, I'm not going to let this get to me. I want to still make jokes. And by the way, I really appreciate that Daniel said that, he thought I was like funny. That was like one of the only, like better than Saturday Night Live right now. I was like, wow, thank you. I did a TikTok stream, and it wasn't here. It was just, it's a different setup, and it was just wonderful. It was wonderful. I had like 125 people logged on. I just talked about stuff. I clipped some funny bits out of it. Today, the thing that really is like trending right now is me saying that I'm 61 and in college, a college student. That got like 625 on TikTok. 100 people shot up and looked at it on Facebook. My friends are sharing it. It's trending. It's trending. It's doing well on YouTube right now. And like, my feeling is, and I'm gonna restream the whole stream here on YouTube here. I got another comedy gig. I'm working again at the end of next month for pay. I got hired again. It's like, my feeling is like, this whole time I've had people like, David Schroeder and Denise and all these people tell me like what a joke it is that I'm going back to college and this and that, and how all the negativity, all the ageism, all of the nastiness. And guess what? It's inspiring people. It's like, it's the one thing that's like, people like, I'm putting it out there, and it's like getting a lot of attention, positive attention, positive things, not negative. And to me, that's just a huge lesson. Is like, don't listen to what other people are saying about you. Don't listen to their thought of who you are, because they're there to tell you what you're not. But you know what? There are certain days when it's not going that great, when you have something else going on, or that David Schroeder thing has somehow spilled into your own life, or Denise calls your actual job, or somebody calls CPS on your house, or you get swatted, or you get a text, or you get a nasty phone call that somebody's harassing you. And then you have something else, like you go to the dentist and you realize that, you have to pay more than you thought you did. And then something else happens. And then all of a sudden you go, my life is shit. And then you look outside and the world's shit. And then there's those days where you feel like, I don't really even feel like living here anymore. And that's when it gets dangerous. That's when you guys, the people that are doing that, the people that are harassing and saying nasty things and lying and doing whatever and coming over into people's social medias and saying things to them or whatever, that's when you get that person. That's when you hit them so much, you broke them down until, boom, it went. It's like persistent hunting. That's how man started hunting. How the hominin lost his hair was that he started running, and because we're bipedal, we can run and run and run and run and run. And we went to go hunt, like, let's say the leopard or whatever. They went and they ran the leopard down because the man could go longer than the leopard until the leopard got weak and was like, oh, and then they went boom and got him. And that's how we lost our hair. True story. So far, that's the agreed consensus on how we ended up not I'm not sitting here, I'm not on TikTok, spraying my face with that white powder and like going and being really bush woman. Have you seen that? Those ones with that, like, they're planing I'm afraid to do it. They go, shh, and they go, look at my face. And I guess because I've looked at it so many times, it keeps popping up on my TikTok. Anyways, I'm into my TikTok experience. All right. So who else is here? Hi, Michael. Hi. It's always great. You know what? We still should do that show. You've been wanting to come on my stream sometime. So let's talk about that. I want to do that. Sewertown, every day is great if you choose to make it great. Don't let them make you feel like shit. That's right. Let's not let them make them. We don't need to Thank you, Pootie, about my thank you. Yeah, check out my shorts. That I have in some of my videos, the one about it's okay to have a big tush and stuff like that. Just kind of like random thoughts of yeah. Well, yeah, I think I can use my TikTok maybe to do my material, and then I'm kind of developing the new act with it. I know you're not Daniel Doud, Pootie. You're not Daniel. You're not. I know that. I have to admit, hi Terry. Yeah, I like him. I likes them hairy. Harry Terry. Scary Harry Terry. Okay. Let me stop. I got this little electrolyte crystals to put in my water, and it tastes really good. I like it. Yeah. Your big booty. Thank you. It was great. Thank you. The big booty. Yeah. That really happened too. There really was a woman when I was walking in Beverly Hills, and she was like, "Your butt is too big." I mean, that really did happen. A lot of people will tell me, they'll go, "Well, where do you get your material from?" I go, "My real life." Okay. And this can be material too. Trust me. I still got to do a David Schurter bathtub video. Did you see the one with the shower cap? Oh, now that's classic. I don't know. Anyway, I think I like big butts. Yeah. And I like big butts, and I like them round. Yeah. Why not? It's just, I'm tired of people telling people that they're not good enough, whether it's you're a woman or whatever. You can't do that. Who says I can't do that? Who says I can't go back to college? Who says I can't keep working? Who says I can't write an article? Who says I can't monetize my channel? It's just who says? It's why are we limiting ourselves to anything? And I just think Daniel has a lot to give. Right? He's talented, he's smart, he's intelligent. His videos are interesting. He makes me laugh. He's edgy, he's courageous in what he says. I just think that we have to just stop. We don't need to tear each other down that much. I don't think none of us want to watch anybody my mom just said something. I sent her a picture. I took a picture before the show. Oh, she says, "Gosh, Terry, terrific picture. Like your outfit." Oh yeah, I guess maybe I should stand up. I did this. But anyways, I have these pants. They're just. Oh, I just knocked my chair over. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I have these pants. They're kind of they're like this, and Anyway, I took a picture and. I'm sorry, I got the kettle. No, it's getting hot in here. Just put the air on. But I don't want to take too much time. A hot bathtub, yeah. Bathtub streamers cult. Yeah, I think we should do a panel, and then everybody's in their bathtub on panel, right? It's the bathtub panel. I'm in my 40s, starting my art business. Age is just a number. Yes, 40 is nothing. I was starting I've been working on this joke, because I've been working on this bit, right? I'll kind of share it. Maybe I shouldn't say it's a bit, but it's kind of true though. It's when you're a younger woman and you look at somebody who's 40 and you're 21 or something like that, or 20, and they're 40, and then they maybe they hit on you or something. And you're ew, gross. Like gross. It's just like you just 40. That's so old. And then like when you're older and somebody goes they're 40, you're like, oh, it's a younger man. It's like, well, he's 40. He's like, 21 years younger than me. He's 40. So it's just all in your perspective. And just wanted to share that with you. So take off it's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. Yeah. That's a good song. Is it Celtic, Roman, or Egyptian? What? Me? Oh, my foot? Terry, we did not see what kind of foot you have. We need proof of foot. Okay, you know what? I don't want to show you my foot because I need to like do a pedicure and it's just like the name. Okay, I'll give you a foot picture here in a minute. I'll do I'll do a video tomorrow of a pedicure and I'll show you my feet. But you said, is it Roman? It's kind of interesting. This is an interesting question. Is it Roman? Is it Roman or Egyptian or Celtic? I'll tell you what, it's Celtic and Roman for sure. There's no Egyptian, but I am Roman. I do have Roman DNA. That's for sure. And I'm Celtic because we're Irish. But on my mom's side, my mom got a DNA test and she called me up and she goes, Terry, I said, what? She goes, well, I took the DNA test and I was like, okay, so what are we? And she goes, we're Viking and Roman. And I was like, oh my God, we're assholes. I go, we're assholes. And she goes, what? And I go, Viking? I go, this is not good. I was like going on. She goes, well, Terry, I'm sure you're going to find the good aspect of the Romans and the Vikings. So yeah, actually, I think that's why I fight so hard with people. I can't help myself because I'm like somewhere there's that Viking, that I'm gonna fight you. Come on, put him up, right? So, and there's some serious bell bottoms, yeah, aren't they? Believe it or not, these are actually. See, I'm trying to these are actually Walmart pants. Like I got these at Walmart and they're kind of like, but I like them because they've got the long thing and like they make your legs look longer because you have the stripes going down, so it's kind of an illusion that you're longer than you are. Although I actually have like long legs for I'm only 5'4", but my legs are long, so and I'm high waisted, so I look taller than I am, but I'm not as tall as I am, and then if you put heels on. But when you see me in person, you'll know that I'm not, you go, oh, I'm not very tall. But like if you're being filmed or whatever, you can't really tell exactly unless you have people by themselves, right? So if you look like a taller person, you know how it is, right? And then when you're sitting on a stage and you look even taller, so that's why you're on a stage. So interesting to think about the power dynamic, the power dynamic of a stage or being higher than a person. Like even when you're like in my film class, I learned that when you have the camera down, like looking down on somebody, it's when oftentimes it's in the script where they lost power, and then or another character's point of view is looking down on the other character. The other character has power, and the other character that's down looking up, it doesn't, or the vice versa. So it's just interesting how we perceive what is power and what gives people power. I don't know, I think too much. Or maybe not. Need some of those old elevator shoes. Yes! Those old, and then those, platform, I feel like I used to have, a pair of industrial boots that had, a platform, that was about that high. But I kind of need to wear chunky boots because, I don't have. I'm not very have a spinal curvature, so sometimes I don't do well on a slant like this. I need to be flat. Uh, but I like to be elevated. I'm meaning that my balance isn't as good that as I'd like it to be. Yeah, we have to get in. We have to think of a topic. So, all right. So, I wish Daniel. I was wanting to do this stream like a little bit later tonight because, I wanted to. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Daniel said he was going to go to sleep. I don't know if he's like getting up right now. I was just hoping maybe like when he wakes up, or if he looks up and he sees a notification, he'll see that there were people here that came to support him tonight. And, Jesse showed up. Michael's here. I don't know if Michael knows Daniel, but, he came, so showed up. Orange is here tonight. It's Me, Mike is here. John again is here. Aiken Drum is here. Pootie Twang is here. And so, and Orange is here. And so, I just want to say to Daniel, when he sees this, that you have people that really care about you. And we want to send our love to you. And we want to say to hang in there and that you're not alone in this. This has been happening to a lot of people. And I really think that in a way, we're kind of soldiers, sort of, we're holding the line on what's happening and dealing with that. And I think this is an unusual thing to go through. Like, I didn't think that, at this point in my life, I was going to be experiencing all of this. But I'll tell you what, this is a really great story. I mean, no matter how you look at it, this is something to, tell. And I know that a lot of the people that have shown up tonight, for example, Mike, It's Me, Mike has been watching this going on for a long time. There's people that go back to like the Lepo days, or they go back in a certain group. And I've watched a lot of this, but from a different angle. And so like we're all kind of coming together from our own angles and experiencing something that has a lot to it. And it's kind of scary. Like when you really pull it apart and look at what is really happening here, it can be kind of frightening. And when you have people being negative, creating channels with your picture on it, saying horrible things about you, getting together on, knowing that there's panel shows, like you're trying to live your regular life, and you know that there's a panel of people talking about you and saying just really awful things, and it gives you a feeling of panic, like, oh my God, what's happening? And then you're trying to like go about your daily business. Like for me, I'm like going to my classes, or I'm, doing my homework, or, and preparing, a lesson plan for my tutoring job, or or getting ready to do it. I mean, it's like it's one of those things that while your life is happening, part of your brain, I wake up in the morning and I see this video of like, David Schurter just, screaming in his backyard, saying these like absolutely horrific things. And then I have to go, oh, I got to get my clothes on, and I got to be in class at 8 a.m. And, I'd be in the lecture hall, and, then I look at my phone for a minute, and I just, see this, David, it's just like this weird, it's like a surreal existence to be in, and to realize that there's somebody else, in Iowa, just, losing their mind, saying these crazy things. And then, I see people in my personal life, and they go, how's it going? I go, it's good, but I got this guy who's like calling me, a Satanist. And, and then I've had some of my friends go, wow, shit, I would lean into that shit and be like, oh yeah, like as if like, like you're bad because people are like making up all this stuff. But when they put like pedophile to the end of it, and I personally, I would not, I don't really want to be called a Satanist, because I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. Like I have problems saying with Christian because I think the Christian religion is tainted. But if you're really a follower of Jesus Christ, like sometimes I like to imagine myself like if Jesus existed right now, and he was like hanging out at the town square, and they go, "Hey, have you met the Messiah yet?" And I would be like, "No." And then if I really, I think that I would be one of his disciples. Like I would be really, I would back Jesus up 100%. And I would know that I wasn't perfect. I would know that I was probably like Mary Magdalene or whatever, but I would really do my best because whether people want to believe, whether Jesus was real or not real, I think he's got the best the best outline, the best way to be in the world. His like I have to like I'd like to think that there was a Jesus in the world because that gives me hope that we could be like him. So, whether you want to call him a mythical character or not, it's the character I would like to be like. So, even in the like, I know I'm not perfect. I know you guys know my past, right? I can't, none of us can take back like what we might have done in our past. All of us are flawed, but that doesn't mean that we're guilty of the things that are being said about us. That there's no proof for that. Come on now. And I don't know, but I think there might be a way to actually, get criminal reports on what happened, or a public awareness of how it works, or something in place in the laws that doesn't allow it anymore, or at least a public realization of how phony somebody is and how much they're grifting and how this really shouldn't be allowed on the internet. I mean, can David Schroeder at this point get a lawsuit, or Thomas Schoenberger actually get a class action suit or something like that? I don't know. But it seems like when you are using and you're saying it public, I mean, like I showed a picture. I have screenshots now. He can take his post down off of his Sophia Music, whatever. But I got a screenshot of him saying that his goal is to ruin my life, so that I can't work anywhere, so that everybody knows my legal name and what his false accusations are of me. I mean, he's already made a public announcement of wanting to create malicious intent of me on the internet. Can you get sued for that? I think maybe. I think maybe. I don't know. It seems like, I mean, he's not a like news publication. If you were a news publication and you were writing an article on somebody with malicious intent and you could prove that, yeah, that publication would lose its, it would have to pay. So I don't know. But I think the thing when you're creating fear in somebody, when you make them think that they're going to show up at your job or your work or something, or confront you on campus or whatever, and you're harassing them on a digital device that's not just the internet, that's their actual phone, I think that goes into like harassment. I think there's at least maybe restraining orders that can be sent, or no contact letters or something, but it's just unfortunate that a person even has to go through that just because they pissed off somebody like a Thomas Schoenberger, that you can have a whole network of people come out and try to scare you and harass you, and then make it so you don't want to be alive anymore, or have a day where you feel like you need a hug because it's that bad that day. Because with that and everything else, it just made you feel like just, I might as well just go back to bed and not get up. And I'm going to say, I could think right now all the different voices and channels that I feel that are responsible for causing that in him and in anybody else that they've been doing it to. And probably tomorrow they're going to be like doing their channel and they're going to have our names in the title. And maybe they're even going to like take a screenshot of my chat and rant and rave and do it all over again and make themselves the victim. All the while they'll say hashtag save the children. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. But that's them. And we see it. And there'll be a lot of us that see it. So, and I just wanted to say that. So anyway, I'm not going to make it too long of a stream. They can screenshot these nuts, right? People always talk about he ain't real if it wasn't. Why do people hate him so much? Yeah. You know, what was it the day that was, it was the 24th, right? So the 24th was 666. And I saw like some really seriously bad anti-Jesus posts on social media that day. Seriously. But regardless of like our belief systems, regardless of like where we put our faith in or what we see what good is or what we define that for ourselves, I think that there is a standard of good. And I think that we're getting to a point where we don't want to see people bullied on the internet. And when we look at our friends and we realize that they're not okay and they're not talking okay and they are feeling that they give up, I just want to say, Daniel, you have friends here and we do care about you and we do support you. And I hope that tomorrow that Daniel feels better and that he's, feels better and he gets right back up there and goes at it again, because we need him. We need people like Daniel. Pootie says, we love you, Daniel. All right. And on that note, I'm going to end. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. And I hope that you have a really great rest of your week. And it's a pleasure to see you here. You make me smile. So, God bless you guys. Good night.
Save my soul. Went up downtown. Went up downtown. Went up downtown. Come on to save my soul.
my soul. Pop, said, save my soul. Pop, said, save my soul. Pop, said, save my soul. Went up downtown. I went up downtown. Went up downtown. I was walking out one evening late.
Headed for the riverside, around this fuss and fight.